This week on Dancing with the Stars is Halloween. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka the Dance with Stars Superfan, back with another video. And today, the remaining 9 couples did some Halloween style dances, and the dance marathon is back after not doing it last season. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and ring that bell to get notified for more Dancing with the Stars content from my channel. The guest judge for this week is 2-time Mirrorball champion Cheryl Burke. Cheryl has always wanted to become a judge on Dancing with the Stars. After 3 years of waiting, she finally got her wish. We have some good news and bad news from Elaine and Alan. The bad news is Elaine suffered an injury during rehearsals and had to be sent to the hospital. The good news is they're still in the competition as of right now. First up is Whitney and Mark dancing jazz to Brain Stew by Green Day. Carrie-Anne and Derek noticed that they were out of sync. Cheryl admires the partnership, but she wants them to work on their timing when they're dancing side by side. Despite some of the technical issues in that dance, I like the moves in that dance, and it was still a great dance to kick off Halloween night. For their jazz routine, they received 3 9s from Carrie-Anne, Derek, and Cheryl, and a 10 from Bruno, giving them a 37 out of 40. Next up is Jordan and Ezra dancing contemporary to Elastic Heart by Sia. During the first half of the dance, Ezra was holding onto a rope while Jordan was wearing a prop around her waist while she was being hooked onto the rope. So I thought it was amazing how they were able to improvise those moves into that dance with that prop. Of course, there were some tiny issues in that dance, but other than that, it was still a great dance. For their contemporary routine, they received 2 9s from Carrie-Anne and Bruno, and 8s from Derek and Cheryl, giving them a 34 out of 40. Next up is Andy and Emma dancing the Paso Doble to Symphony No. 5 in C minor by Ludwig van Beethoven. Carrie-Anne noticed his posture has improved, but he wants him to work on his legs a bit more. It was another great dance from Andy, and he has played the priest before in Scary Movie 2, so he knows how to play into character. And it was his birthday, so happy belated birthday, Andy. For their Paso Doble, they received all 7s from the judges, giving them a 28 out of 40. Next up is Elaine and Alan dancing the Argentine tango to Bad to the Bone by Two Way and Bree Bryant. Since they didn't do the dance during the live show, they recorded the dance during the rehearsals, and the judges had to judge based on what they saw in that video. For their Argentine tango, they received all 8s from the judges, giving them a 32 out of 40. Next up is Danielle and Pasha dancing the Viennese Waltz to Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Despite some of the steps being too small in some parts in the Viennese Waltz that Carrie-Anne and Cheryl pointed out, it was still a great dance, especially it being a bloody Viennese Waltz, and Bruno calling this dance lyrical. Overall, Danielle never fails to impress me because I know that she and Pasha had worked so hard for the past 6 weeks of the competition. For their Viennese Waltz, they received 8s from Carrie-Anne, Derek, and Cheryl, and a 9 from Bruno, giving them a 33 out of 40. Next up is Robert and Whitney dancing the Argentine tango to Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Hampton String Quartet. When it comes to the Halloween dances, Whitney is indeed the bread and butter. I was so nervous throughout the dance because I was hoping he would do well, and he did. It was not only really sharp and clean, he was leading the entire dance. For their Argentine tango, they received 10s from Carrie-Anne and Bruno, and 9s from Derek and Cheryl, giving them a 38 out of 40. Next up is Jen and Jan dancing contemporary to Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. Although Carrie-Anne really liked the beginning as well as the movement, she noticed there were some issues in that dance, and Cheryl wants them to work on the connection. Jan's specialty is, of course, contemporary, and I was really blown away on how well he choreographed the dance, and I have to say, he did an amazing job. For their contemporary routine, they received all 8s from the judges, giving them a 32 out of 40. Next up is Alex and Val dancing the tango to Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish. Every single content in that tango was amazing. It had great content like Derek said, and it was really in sync. Give credit to Val for pushing her, and it really paid off. I also loved the ending where Haley Bills hit them with a shovel. For their tango, they received 10s from Carrie-Anne, Derek, and Bruno, and a 9 from Cheryl, giving them a 39 out of 40. And last up is Dylan and Daniela dancing the Viennese Waltz to the dark version of Can't Help Falling in Love by Tommy Prophet and Brooke. The dance was smooth, he was open with his moves, and I loved how he keeps improving each week. Even though he broke his nose during rehearsals, the good thing is he's fine and he continued to dance, and that's all that matters. With Daniela being blindfolded during the first half of the dance, that really shows how much trust she had in him. For their Viennese Waltz, they received 9s from Carrie-Anne, Derek, and Bruno, and an 8 from Cheryl, giving them a 35 out of 40. Now let's get into the dance marathon known as the Dance Monster-thon. The first round of the dance marathon is the hustle, then the Lindy Hop. The objective of the dance marathon is to dance as much as possible. The longer the couple stays in, the more points they get. If one of the judges pulls out the paddle with the couple's name on it, and if the Grim Reaper touches you on the shoulder, you're out. Since Elaine and Alan did not participate in the Dance Monster-thon, they would receive 0 points. Andy and Emma would receive 1 point, Jen and Jan and Danielle and Pasha would receive 2 points, Dylan and Daniela and Robert and Whitney would receive 3 points, and Jordan and Ezra would receive 4 points. So it all came down to Alex and Val versus Whitney and Mark. Since the judges had a really hard time deciding the winner, they were able to finish the whole Dance Monster-thon. So the winner of the Dance Monster-thon is Whitney and Mark. So that being said, they will receive 5 points while Alex and Val would receive 4 points. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard from tonight, from their scores from their first dance, including their scores from the Dance Marathon combined. The 3 couples in jeopardy are Whitney and Mark, Jen and Jan, and Elaine and Alan, while the remaining 6 couples are safe and moving on to next week. Jen and Jan were eliminated while the other 2 couples are safe. Prior to Dancing with the Stars, Jen already gave birth to her 3rd child. With someone doing the show after giving birth, that takes a lot of courage. As per Jan, he had a good run during his first season as a pro, but the bright side is, we finally got to see his contemporary routine. Jan still has some ways to go, but he's getting there little by little. Now I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Cheryl as the guest judge. I felt like Cheryl did a really good job as a guest judge. She was able to dive deep into her comments on what she wants them to improve on. And of course, there were moments where I felt like her judging style was a bit too critical, but other than that, she did a good job. Next week will be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night, and their guest judge is, prepare yourselves guys, best known for being a member of Public Enemy. The team dances will also be returning, and that's not all. Alfonso and Julianne will be joining one of the teams, so you don't want to miss that. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka the Dance with Stars Superfan. Catch you next time, and hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween.